Hello everyone, my name is Dark and today I'm doing a different type of video. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking every single secret boss in Deltarune. Chapters 1 through 4. And right at number 1, and no, not number 4, sorry, we have Spamton Neo. Now this is the easiest boss. That is the ranking that we're going to go through. We're going to go through the easiest to hardest. And Spamton Neo, whether you're on Snowgrave, like I am on the screen, or whether you're doing it normally with Susie and Rouse, this boss is definitely the easiest boss. Hands down. It is a really fun boss, but there's not much to him. You can beat him with very basic weapons, you can beat him with nothing that strong at all, and it would just be... it'll be an easy time. Why they're at number 4? Well, in terms of all these bosses, I couldn't think of any place to put him. Jevil is a tough one, but he just, for me, is really easy to beat. There's not much to him. There's not much power to him. Now, I can't no-hit him yet, but in terms of just raw strength and power, it really doesn't take long. You can beat him maybe 10 turns. Which, yes, there are other bosses in this list that you can beat in less turns, but I don't know. Now, my enjoyment level when I fight this boss is really high, because for one, I think this might be the best boss music in Deltarune throughout all the chapters. It is an absolute banger of a boss song. I mean, just listen to it now. Amazing. I quite love it. Now, is it the most enjoyable boss? No. No, it's not. But we will get to the most enjoyable boss. Believe you me. I think you all know who it's going to be. Let me know in the comments now, if you're watching up to this point, who you think the most enjoyable boss is. And we'll get there when we get there. Because, oof, that boss. Now, how many times I've beaten Spamton? I honestly, I don't know. I think I've beaten this guy over 10, 20 times at this point on my own. Because he is a really fun boss to fight. Don't get me wrong, he's really good. But he's not the best. Now, as you can see, this final attack is really fun. I mean, just look at it. It is a great final attack. The way he blasts back at you all of that money that he's been consuming is absolutely glorious. And obviously, the way you beat him is you pass this attack, you do a few more attacks, and then you're sorted. But let's get on to the next one. Jevil. Now, Jevil is an interesting one. He's the first ever boss in Deltarune. He's chapter 1, first ever secret boss. And unless you know how to get to him, it's not as easy. With Spamton, you could just do the Snowgrave route and you can find him, or you can do a few little things normally in the regular route without doing the weird route or anything, or Snowgrave, whatever you want to call it, to get to him. But Jevil is a little bit different. You got to collect a few key parts and go repair the key. But aside from that, he's not that hard to get to. Now, why they're at number 3 in this ranking? Well, I'm sure you all know why. He's also pretty damn easy. Like, honestly, when you fight him for the first time, obviously he will be a tough boss to face. But just fighting him 5-10 times, after that, you kind of got his attack pattern down. You kind of know what he's going to do. You know what you're in for. And it's just a fun time. Like, there's no real danger. Like, yeah, he's difficult, but he's also really easy considering there's only 3 secret bosses. 4, sorry. Already can't count. Now, obviously, I am excited to see more secret bosses, but he's going to have to stay at number 3 for now, and we'll see what's coming. My enjoyment level, as I mentioned previously, was Spamton. With Jevil, I didn't really enjoy the boss fight that much. The music, as you can hear right now, is really good. I really enjoy the music, but is he that good? Is he that good attack pattern wise? As you can see, I'm having trouble with him on screen. This is a pre-recording, obviously, but that doesn't make him difficult. I'm just an idiot. But no, I did really enjoy fighting him. I did really enjoy it. At the end of the day, he was a fun boss when I first got to him. It was my first ever secret boss, my first ever experience with secret bosses in this game. So he definitely lives up to the hype of a secret boss. Obviously, the item you get from him as well, the devil knife, that is a really good item. You don't really need it unless you're obviously going to fight, you know, people in the weird route or Snowgrave route. But it does come in handy for some bosses later. Either way, he's a very fun boss to fight. And honestly, I can't think of much more to say about him. I will say, in terms of how many times I've beaten him, I think if you're watching this video and you've seen me on my streams, and you know I've beaten him quite a few times on stream. But in terms of how many times I've fought him just out on my own, there's not much replayability. Once you've beaten him, you've beaten him. His music's not that good, his boss fight isn't great, but at the end of the day, he's what he is. He is what you expect of him. You get what you're given with Jevil, and that is a decent boss fight with pretty good music. There isn't much more to say, but I wish I could move him higher, because I have such respect for Jevil. Lore-wise, I have so much respect for him. Like, the final attack, for example, as you can see right now, the final attack is probably my favourite final attack of all the bosses that we're going to see in this list. But that doesn't make him great. That doesn't make him great at all. Now, we'll move on to our next boss of the list. In the number 2 spot, I think you all know who we put here. I think you can all guess. It's Gerson. Gerson is also a really, really good boss. Honestly, in terms of enjoyment, he is my favourite boss to fight. No matter if it's secret or not. There are other great bosses like Tenor, who's obviously regular bosses, Titan, Queen, the King at the start of chapter 1. All those bosses are great, and all the previous secret bosses I've mentioned are also great. But this guy just takes the cake entirely. His boss fight is just so enjoyable that honestly, in this video I included like most of it. Just for you to watch, because just look at it. And also I love the parallels between him and Undyne. I love like him mentioning Undyne a lot. Like obviously Undyne was his disciple in this parallel universe. That's who she was. But it just everything about Gerson is just so fresh and new. I put him at number 2 for hardest boss, second hardest obviously, because even though it is difficult to lose, sometimes it's difficult to lose to him once you know what you're doing. But honestly, I really struggled against Gerson. Call it a skill issue, call it whatever you want, but he was just a tough time. That's why he's number 2, because he was a really tough time. I think it took me maybe 5, 6, maybe even more than that attempts to beat him. But in terms of replayability, he is very replayable. I mean, I could spend all day fighting this guy and be no further along. An insane boss fight. A really, really insane boss fight. But there's not much more to say. I mean, just listen to that music though. Oh, chills every single time. I've got it in my playlist for a reason. It's really good. Now, how many times I've beaten Jevil? Gerson. How many times I've beaten Gerson? There have been many, many attempts, but I've only really fought him and beaten him maybe 4 times. Like, obviously he's fun, but I do struggle. I do struggle, and it's not always fun to lose consistently, you know? But aside from all that, I think you can all guess, just judging off this video, who will be number 1 hardest secret boss. And that is, of course, the Roaring Knight. I cannot say this enough. I absolutely despise fighting the Roaring Knight. Yes, it's definitely a skill issue, but oh my lord, is this a tough boss fight. It is a really, really difficult one. The music, obviously, as you can hear, is great music. The boss fight in itself has some fun attacks once you learn them. But I cannot beat this guy. I cannot. I really, really can't. That is why he is number 1. Because he is completely unbeatable for me. I've beaten him once on live stream. You might have seen it, you might not. But, oh my good lord. I mean, look at this attack on its own. That attack and the other variation are absolutely painful. My enjoyment level when I fight this boss is through the floor. It is such an unfun boss fight. I could not name anyone I've hated fighting more. In terms of boss difficulty, in terms of all the Deltarune chapters and all of the like Deltarune / Undertale universe, this is the second hardest boss fight, second to Sans himself. It feels like I would prefer to eat a giant ball of sandpaper and have it come out the other end twice than have to fight this boss one more damn time. It is abysmal. And the attack pattern, don't get me wrong, the attack pattern and the boss fight itself is a good boss fight. It's just difficulty wise, it is so unfun. It's like I'm playing a Dark Souls game in Deltarune form. Just look at that attack on screen. Just look at all this on screen happening now. It is terrifying. But I think you know what's more terrifying. And that's the final attack that you're about to witness now. This final attack is honestly abysmal. But I have to have a favourite boss fight, right? And it's definitely not this one. So I bet you're all wondering, who's your favourite boss fight? You definitely haven't said already, right? You're right, I probably haven't. But here he is now. My boy, Gerson. Gerson, the unit himself. The best boss fight, and my personal favourite. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know who your favourite boss fight is to fight in the comments below. I want to thank you all very much for watching this type of video. If you want more like this, just let me know. I've been Dark, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!